just talking to people. You know what I'm saying? It's conversations, and I'm good at that. I have a natural gift from God to be able to communicate with people and relate to people. And I learned so much from talking to people. The best thing that I ever learned in life is if you listen more than you speak, you'll always be able to understand somebody. And one thing that I learned is that we are much more alike than we are different. Just make that more complicated. Sitting on the steps, feeling no feeling.
It was like, can you be here to like go through like a quick little orientation interview process by like 11:30? It's 8 a.m. I'm like reading this. I'm like, that I'm there. They're like, we're all black, all this other stuff. And fast forward, like, boom, I went and met him a couple of days. I met him, went through that whole process, did like a quick little, at the time, the apartment he was staying in New York, like I tidied that up and, started like learning the gist of like what they're going to be expecting from me, like what I'm going to be doing. Because everybody be like, oh, I'm a stylist. But for people who really, really do it, they know what that job entails or whatever. So they was really just letting me know what they're going to be expecting of me. And at that time, I was only supposed to just be a buffer, an assistant for him, and then his actual stylist, Remy. Just the buffer between me and them, handling both of their needs and just making sure everything continue to run seamlessly so they don't always got to be on the phone or in a room or doing the business themselves. You know what I'm saying? That they could just be checking in because we're going on a whole tour and all the other type of stuff. I could be the one that's on tour with him, going every city, doing all that, spending all the time with him, carrying all his luggage everywhere, going to each city, setting up, breaking down his wardrobe. I'm like the gatekeeper to his wardrobe and stuff or whatever. And then she just oversee everything or whatever. So, like I start off with like 2 days of that, like prepping at his crib, and then that was it. And then like 2-3 days go by, and then I get another hit of like, yo, you got a passport? I'm like, yep. You got a laptop? I'm like, yep. They're like, bet, we going on tour. Boom. And I started right. Pablo tour kicked off. And the rest was history. I started with him, and
so
you can only imagine what I was thinking. I could not believe it, but it was like so shocking because I used to always be like flipping. I was like, why me? Like, why is this happening to me? Like, I knew I was grinding, but I used to say the same thing. Like, I was just with Rocksmith like a year ago with Slam X Hype. I was just jobless. I made a Real Friends hat. Like, you get what I'm saying? And the only concerts that I ever been to in my whole entire life is Kanye concerts. The first concert I ever been to in my life was the Glow in the Dark tour. That was Kanye, Pharrell, Lupe Fiasco, and like Rihanna. And Rihanna was like dating Chris Brown at the time. She wasn't even headlining. She was on like third to last type stuff. Like Pharrell was like closing it.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And that was the first concert I ever went to. And then the second concert I ever been to was the Yeezus, when he went on Yeezus tour. I went to that in New York or whatever. That was me and Anastasia first date or whatever, like first time like ever even hanging. So fast forward to that, that was those up until me getting a job we had and going on tour. Those was the only stadium concerts I ever been to in my whole life was a Kanye concert.
So it was meant to be.
So meant to be, from the Real Friends hats to the only concerts I ever been, and that was just like my idol in so many ways. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
what did you learn? What do you think you took from like the process leading up to working for Ye? Like everything from like Rocksmith, even the stuff like before that. What do you think was like the biggest thing that you learned?
I think the biggest thing I learned was that everything that happened during that time, all them steps mattered. You get what I'm saying? And then the biggest thing I took away from it is not to rush your blessings. You get what I'm saying? Because it was so many times during that process of them years where I thought I was ready for so many different things that I realized I was not ready for. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it made me appreciate so many like different lessons I learned and things I had to go through and struggles, from sleeping on a train to like working for the $25K for the year for 7 years and making no money and sleeping on homies' couches and styling this rapper and that rapper and not getting paid for stuff and doing all this. It made everything worth it. It made it. I felt like I deserved to be in the room. Like, you get what I'm saying? And I never.
100%.
one of the first personal times me and Ye actually talked. We like on the elevator going down together. I'm like all his bags. We like standing side by side. And that's the first time me and him ever been in a room like that close proximity, side by side. And I could just feel him at the side of my outside of my peripheral, like looking me up and down, but not like in a bad way, just kind of like peeping me. And he's like, "Where you from?" I'm like, "I'm from Toledo, Ohio." And he's like, okay, like Midwest. Like I could tell he respected it. Like, okay, like Midwest. I'm like, I've been living out here in New York, like just grinding my thing. Like I met Rennie at like the Yeezy show. Like, you know, that's how I got, because he was wondering like how you even meet Rennie, how you get to where you standing in front of me right now. You know what I mean? And I was like, and I met, you know, I told him whatever. He was like, that's what's up. Like, man, we always like, he just kept it short. Like, yeah, we always like find like great people, like through like, you know, like through these processes, like always come across like some great people. And he just went on about his business. But like through time, like touring with him every day, you gotta see me every day. Like, and he gotta pay attention to me because I'm around him and his family. So even outside the job, just on some like street code, man to man, he like, "Yo, who this dude? Like, what dude doing?" Like, you know, like, he not in my office, he in my house. Like, you know what I'm saying? My wife, my kids, my family, like hearing my conversations, I gotta be able to trust him. Like, what you doing? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you better not be a top come up missing. Like, and besides all that, we passed the clothes. You right here in the nest. Like, who are you? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that was the vibe I got from like big bro type stuff. Like, what's up? Like, what you doing? Like, you know what I mean? That was we started to like build like a rapport where we started getting comfortable. And then he naturally seen, I feel like I was refreshing for him because I was a real authentic Midwest kid that had a story like him. Grinding up out of the Midwest, went to New York to chase my dreams, still trying to figure it out, grinding, and then still authentic. Like, I still dress the same. Like, I'm dressing like my dad, dressing like my mom, sweatpants, hoodied up. I'm wearing Dickies and old like workwear pants, and you know, he started to like naturally just kind of like, I felt like it was refreshing for him. Like, I remind him of like homies from the crib, like from the crib that he could relate to. Like, okay, I see what type of time he on. Like his talk, his walk, like he from the crib, like he from the Midwest, like he can relate to me. So we started to like build like where it was like naturally like he would like see stuff and be like, "Where you get that hoodie from? I want one. Can you grab me one? Where you get them pants from? Grab me some." Like, hey, you know, it would grow. Like, I could tell, like, it felt rewarding, like the responsibilities grow. Like, it went from being like, you do this every day to, "Hey, you want to ride with me? Hey, come over here. Hey, look at this for me real quick." You know what I'm saying? What you think about this? Or listen to this? Or you think I should get green or blue? That was like, it was like I had to like earn that to get to that respect level and get them opinions. Otherwise, bro, come in the room, learn how to be in there and not be in there. Do your job. You know what I'm saying? Be professional, respectful. This man house, don't be taking no pictures and nothing. Don't be recording nothing. Don't be asking this. He ain't at work. Don't be asking him like, "Yo, ask him, think you would just pop conversation." Like, you get what I'm saying? Learn how to move. Like, you know what I mean? Like, act like you just is Kanye West. Like, don't be like that. Like, you know what
do you think that like how were those intimate moments, and like what did you learn from Ye? Because I mean, man, listen,
I learned, bro, that
to you it ultimately like became like part of your normal life, but like to the outside world, like everybody's not gonna get experiences with being around one of the biggest stars and pop icons the world has ever seen. Like, we talking about like one of the most biggest musical geniuses and stars ever. Not just at the time, but like ever.
It really was like it was, I tell people, it was like the greatest experience of my life. The 4 years, 3.5 years I spent with him, the greatest experience of my life. It was like going and get my master's. Like, you get what I'm saying? It was like learning how to get your master's with your professor while he get his triple masters. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
And he showed me that everything is real and it's all relevant. He no different than us. Yeah, he's super icon, you know, like him and his family, super multi-rich and powerful and all that. But bro, he got the same, he get told no, just like I do. He bleed just like I bleed. He had the same frustrations just like I do. He's still fighting just how I'm fighting. It's just relevant. Yeah, he ain't he ain't thinking about the same exact things that I'm thinking about, but they are the same thing, time 10 on a different level. Like,
right.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so it's all relevant. You see how it is.
He still got family drama. He's still gonna get into it with his lady. He still got a piss. You know, when he got a piss,
He's still human. He's still flawed. Like, all that. He just is raw as fuck at what he do. He reached the pinnacle at what he do, but he's still a normal person. And for me, I had like a lot of like thoughts about him going into it. Like, man, he probably about to be in this bitch, flipping over tables and going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like I was able to learn like it was warranted in some time. Like, you get what I'm saying? I don't agree with everything he's ever said or did or how he do when to go about things, and he know that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, the people around him tell him that he just him. Like, he do what he do and move how he want to do. You get what I'm saying? But he is all around like good dude. It was the first time I had a black boss.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And for me, like I told him that for me, it was inspiring because like you asked me in this, who was my entrepreneurs growing up? I never had none of that, bro. Unless you was trapping or selling drugs or something like that. Or unless you made it pro or whatever. I didn't have nothing like that. So to be going to work every day for a black man and for him to put all the jobs that I had, all the opportunities I was had, I got to a black man and he put all the power into me.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? A black man paid me the most. A black man let me travel the most. A black man gave me the responsibility. A black man let me sit at his dinner table with his family. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, a black man let me come in and out of his house all the time at my own accord, full access. Like, changed my life. Relocated me from New York City all the way to Los Angeles and all moved me and all that. A black man did that for me. Like, you get what I'm saying? Nobody else did that. A black man gave me the opportunity. He most money I ever made in my life, a black man, up until I started doing it on my own, a black man did that for me. Like, you get what I'm saying? And it was something that I worked for. You get what I'm saying? And when I would get in trouble, he wasn't writing me up or sending other people to send me emails like little funny stuff. He was hollering at me like a real one, like, yo, you know what? I ain't really like what you blah, blah, blah. I could have fired you for that, but I'm not. And you don't even tell me sorry. We don't apologize. We don't do sorry. I'm just hollering at you like that so we know. Like, we family. Like, you tapped yourself. You got burned. I'm telling you, that shit is hot. Don't do that again. Like, you get what I'm saying? It was like I didn't ever feel like belittled. You get what I'm saying? I literally just felt maxed out.
Right.
Mentally, physically, creatively, like got everything out of me. Like, I knew when I was done with him what I wanted to do next. I knew he taught me everything I wanted to do. Like, it was like to the point I knew like when I'm done with Ye, I'm either gonna fail or win. That's it. Like, you get what I'm saying? You either gonna what it's gonna be at this point. It's nowhere to go. Like, I always just be like, man, my greatest days is ahead of. I'm still young, and God put me with one of the greatest men to ever walk the face of the earth in my lane. It's no college, no none of that could ever give me what he gave me or teach me what he gave me or substitute. No company, no Google, none of that. It's easy. Yay, working for Kanye West. You almost gotta be working for like Hov or Beyonce or Obama, or somebody that's dead, some legendary person that's dead, or like LeBron to be like, I'm on that level. If you ain't saying none of them names, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
it's no comparison. No comparison.
What we gotta talk about? Like, you know what I mean? So for me, I was like, and I'm still young. I'm like, that was even more motivating for me. I was like, ooh, that mean, like, that got my faith and kept me even going even more. Cause I'm like, that mean God got something planned crazy for me. Cause look how he just did me. He flexed on me. He told me like, nigga, I'm gonna take you from Rocksmith to Ye. I'm gonna put you with Ye, but only for a little like 3.5 years, and y'all gonna be tight. Y'all ain't even gonna end on bad terms. It ain't gonna be no big crazy fallout. Everything. You gonna go do your own thing. He gonna support. You still gonna have him in the pocket. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, and you gonna do it the right way. I ain't never had to like exploit him. I never even started talking about working for Ye until I was finished working with him.
He was done.
I had respect for him because I know what it'd be like, bro. I'm walking through your house every day, and then you see me out doing like blogs.
Right. That's corny. Yeah,
that's corny, bro. Like, so I went into. I was fully done with that, I'm on my own. Yeah, I owe it to tell people like my story, share my story. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it used to be a point in time. I remember I told you this a long time ago. I was ashamed of myself, ashamed of where I was from, ashamed that I was like, I thought I had less than or where I was supposed to be in life. You know, society builds us up to make you feel like you're supposed to be at these checkpoints and these levels in life. Like, oh, I'm at this age, I need to have this and that, blah, blah, blah. So I used to be ashamed to be like, man, man, this is what happened, man. I had to do this, I had to do that, I had to do that. So like through working with him, like it showed me a lot. Like even it showed me a lot of what not to do. It showed me a lot of what to do, how to run a company. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like how to run a whole company from front to back, and like real lessons, not just him flexing on me just along for the ride. Like real lessons, you know.
Did you ever find yourself like when, again, to the world in the media, like, you know, he was having a hard time. Now, granted, I have a different insight into like, you know, what I see him going through because I know what mental illness looks like.
Yeah.
But like being somebody who ultimately had a close relationship with him, and you guys were close, like, did you ever find yourself having conversation with him like, yo, you know, is everything okay? You know, how can I be more supportive? Or was it more so like, you know, he my boss, I'm gonna kind of just stay in my lane? Like, did you ever have moments like that?
It was more so like, because it's like, he's still my boss. Even though we developed a friendship, you know what I'm saying? I'm not Don. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna play myself like how people be trying to think. Like, I'm not Don or Verge or Ivan and none of them. Like, I still gotta stay in my lane. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's like, we develop a friendship through me working for him. You get what I'm saying? But for the most part, I'm like, and at the same time, what could I even offer? Like, you get what I'm saying? Besides just being nosy and just want to get on your nerve. I'm a Cancer. He a Gemini. So a lot of his plays, I feel it like, yo, you gonna do something. The last thing I want is the person being like, oh, it's gonna be all right, or you okay, boy? Like, be quiet. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I was good at just being like a fly on the wall and like absorbing it. And then, you know, I'm not gonna go into detail, but we would talk, but that would be like on his own accord, like him mentioning something, like, or him just saying something, throwing a thought, or just like expressing something, or just asking me what I thought about something, or what I felt about something, or what I would do about something. You know, then I would give my honest opinion and I would always tell him, like, man, I mean, I'm just basing this on where I'm at in life. Like, you know what I'm saying? How I would do X, Y, and Z. But for the most part, I really didn't feel like, you know, I didn't feel like it was my place to judge or something like that. It was more so my place to learn. I was learning in that, you know, and I felt sorry because, like, you know, I am a fan, but I looked at him like a human. Like, I looked at him like, yo, that's my bro, that's my homie. Like, he going through something. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got the weight of the world on you. You get what I'm saying? Like, much is given, much is tested. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, when it rains, it pours. That go both ways. So it's like, I seen him like the pressure, the battle that he was going through is like, I respected it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why me being so close, when he would like do some stuff that was like, quote unquote, people be like, wow, I don't like using the word crazy because that's sensitive. It's like people that's really dealing with stuff. So I don't like saying crazy, but like when people would be like, oh, he this or he that or blah blah blah. I would get it because you a consumer. You can sit at home, look at I get it because I do that with other people that I don't know. So I get it. How you can be like, oh man, he blah 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 blah. But me sitting right there being like ground zero with it, I was more so just like really honestly just like praying for him, like, yo, and learning myself. You get what I'm saying? Because I deal with my own anxiety issues, my own mental health issues, my own problems. And I know a lot of people are, but they just not talking about it because we don't got nobody to like teach us how to do stuff. Remember, I used to always tell you, I feel like as parenting, some of the most pivotal times to be in your child's life is from the ages 18 to 30. You get what I'm saying? Because that is real, bro. 18 to 30 is some of the most crucial times to the whole trajectory of their whole life. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I was already, as a young man, in my own little in my own bubble, my own world, dealing with my own problems. I was able to get through some of my own stuff by watching him go through his. You know what I'm saying? His is just so magnified because he is like one of the most famous people to ever walk the earth. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, so it's like magnified to go anywhere in the whole world and everybody know who you are. That's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and everything that was dealing with him, that he was going through and stuff like that. So for me, it was more so just like an educational process. You know,
And
I
I'm
was
sure
watching it. You know what I mean?
I'm sure Ye really respected and appreciated that in you too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not every day that I'm gonna be able to get somebody who can work for me, do a great job. I can also have, you know, intimate conversations with, and he's not gonna treat me no different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like that
100%.
that's a blessing in itself. Just as much as he was a blessing to you, you was a blessing to him, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Man, Kanye was the first person ever Kanye was the first person ever in my whole life. I'm 34 years old. He the first person ever in my whole life to tell me that he believed I'm a leader and that I could be a leader. And I remember one time he got mad at me, and the only thing he said was, "I'm trying to teach you to be a leader." Like, you get what I'm saying? That shit stuck with me. Like, that message stuck with me so tough. I never ever forget that. Nobody ever told me nothing like that. They were trying to help me become a leader. They believe that I'm a leader, or that I can, you know, they always tell you, yeah, you're gonna be good, because that's just the positive way to be. You're gonna be good. I want the best for you, but nobody ever really honed in and detailed and been like, man, you a leader. I want you to be a leader. I'm trying to help you be a leader, and be frustrated at you, and not belittle you with nothing. The only thing they say was, I'm trying to help you be a leader, and then they frustration. That's it. They tap out. They don't got nothing else to say. They're not taking nothing from me. I'm not giving you a pay cut. I'm not firing you. I'm not holding your job over your head. I'm not doing none of these things or whatever. Like, I'm trying to get you to the next level. I only want you to be your best. If you ain't trying to be your best, and you get from around me. That's how his vibe is. That's the type of time he like you see that wall. When I see the wall, I'm speeding up. Is you gonna speed up with me to go? Cause we going at the wall. If you gonna slow down, you might as well just get off right now. Like, you get what I'm saying? That's why I used to be quiet when he used to be like, man. People be like, man, I work for Ye, because they've been around me for like a couple weeks. You did not work for me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that type of thing. So that was like the leadership, the confidence breeding in me. That was bigger. That was like a huge point in my life, like, for sure. Like, and I was past 30. I'm 31. I was 31 at the time, already like year 2 in with him, and he hit me with that. Like, you know, and as a he was angry, mad about something, you know what I'm saying, that we was working on, and it wasn't even on crazy. It was just like creatively, I wasn't going there with him all the way, and really just like capitalizing, like, you know, how he seen, how he know I could, like, you know what I'm saying, and he was like, nah, and that's all he said, and it was like almost like take the, you know, real recognized will, take what you want for this, but boom, that's how I feel.
And what's your relationship with him now today?
I haven't like talked to him. Well, I did see him. I did just talk to him during All-Star weekend. Like, we're not like on the friend. We're not like on the phone, basically. Like, oh, I talked to him the other day. We texting and stuff. But I did see him in Chicago during All-Star weekend. Like, at the United Center, I seen like backstage. It was like intimate too. It wasn't like a whole big crowd of people. And I was like, oh yeah. It was just like, he was like literally like standing in the hallway, and I walked past, and it was like him by himself and me. It was like, oh, what's up? We just kind of like dapped up, hugged up, chopped it up, and then somebody came out of nowhere to like ask, like call his name. Like, I wonder, like, he was like, had to do something there. He was like, but I could tell like how his eyes lit up. We wanted to, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I'm like, I'm still like Adidas family, Ye family. Like, that's my bro for life. Like, he changed my life. Like, he changed the whole trajectory of everything I got, like, from my brands, like how I'm able to like be confident about it and be able to like sit in these rooms with all these different corporations and like really tackle my dream and speak on it and stand on it and know, because I've been in rooms with him sitting there and I watch how he go, and I just, you know what I'm saying? It really tell you, it really teach you like about like, ain't no can't, like, we can do this. Like, if we really trying to do this, like, we gonna build it the right way and know what we talking about. As long as your heart is in the right place and your talent is real, and you got like a nice group of people around you that's gonna help like water them seeds and get them light with you, that's gonna help farm that field with you, boom, it's off to the races. And he was one of my first supporters when I dropped the Midwest Kids stuff. When I dropped both of the brands, he really couldn't fit the sizing. The sizing was a little off of me from my namesake brand. But when I dropped Midwest Kids, the day that my hoodie, the package landed to his house, he put it on. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just doing stuff like that just showed me that it's like all love, because he ain't really like a big conversation person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Unless you like immediate family and all that, like he ain't really about to be like he in like 2045 right now. He ain't like sitting there trying to have like small talk. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that that's dope, man. That you able to, like, number one, appreciate y'all time that y'all did have together, and not have no animosity, man. Because like in life, and I think a lot of what your story has been, nothing stays the same forever.
It don't.
You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean that it has to be anything negative because of it. You know what I'm saying? Your time with him was special. It was unique, and it was it was very much like pivotal in where you are today. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's super powerful and super important for people to ultimately know, is that, like, in business and relationships and family, shit changes, man. You know what I'm saying?
When I got with Ye, it was nothing about Ye never told me like, bro, you about to work for me. I'm gonna save your life. You ain't gonna never have to work for nobody else again. Worry about another job. I got you. He never told me that. So I can't be mad if it, you know what I mean? I would be a fool. And if anything, if you really about your stuff, he just said this in an interview, but I've always been saying this before I heard him say this. If you really, really on your dean and you really trying to make this happen and really serious about your career and your stuff, after being around him for so long, you gonna go want to put up your own shots. Mm-hmm. Like, you get what I'm saying? He gonna make you feel like that. Like, yo, you can do this too. He not a person that be like, you gotta be down with me, under me, stay under me. Like, he gonna make you feel like, that's why so many people around him bossed up, because that's what he gonna be.
That's why he would go. I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast earlier today, and they was paying homage to Andre Harrell, who recently passed last week, and he was just talking something that made Andre Harrell so special. He was like, man, everybody is not capable of being a boss themselves and like allowing boss people to come up under them and telling them, listen, go spread your wings. That's ultimately what he did with Puff.
Bosses,
and everybody not built like that. You know what I'm saying? So to hear that Ye is on that same type of time is so dope to hear, because the media is not going to pump that type of stuff about Ye, man.
All the real ones that worked on it, I call it Ye University. I'm an alumni at Ye University. You know what I'm saying? I graduated from Ye University. All the real ones, if you're a real one and you was really serious about your talent and doing your thing, and you went to Ye University and you spent over a year there, and you really serious, he definitely took you to another level. You really, like, the track, like, we could just be naming names. Like, you ain't got a name like Virgil. That's the obvious. And the Don C's, like, we can go to Heron Press. The list just go on. It's so many people of all races and nationalities that people don't even know. Like, yo, Kanye gave them that start. They used to work for Ye. Like, boom, boom, boom. Like, it's like a farm. He done farmed and
artists too. You got Sean came up under,
like so many, like, musically, it's crazy. You just would never know, because he ain't the type of person that gonna run out there and be all like, I did that career, I did this for him, I did that for him. He don't care. He don't even care. His only advice is, if you're gonna do something on your own, the best advice he can give you is to go way over there and do it. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, don't move across the street and think you about to just set up shop. Like, nah. Like, you go to Nebraska.
now you real competition at that point in time.
You know what I mean?
You messing up my grind for real.
You gonna go to Nebraska and do that. You ain't about to do that.
So again, after your time with Yeezy and with Ye, Midwest Kids, Darryl Brown, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Talk about, first off, who are the Midwest Kids? Like, you know what I'm saying? Talk to me about, like, who they are. How did the name come about? How did the brands come about? Like, because, again, I know you spoke about, you said, listen, my time there has helped me catapult to me to be here. But how did the idea, what did the thought process of it come up with?
So,
like, talk to me a little bit about that.
So I'm like, so being with Ye, it really gave me like a sense of like Midwest pride. You get what I'm saying? Because keep in mind, I lived in New York like 10 years doing all these different things, but I'm around like New York people, or people from here, people from there. I'm still not around my people until I move home type, until I go home or go visit back home. So being with Ye, it was so refreshing, because I'm like, oh, I'm with a bunch of Midwest dudes. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, the structure and everything is set up is like real Midwest, like some real Midwest G's, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? The language and everything was like my vibe or whatever. So like I said, like you around him for so long, you naturally gonna be like, man, I'm trying to take it to the next level. So being with him, I learned so much. I learned so much. I'm like, you know what? I can do a brand. I want to do my own brand. Like I figured it out. I'm gonna do my own brand. Like you get what I'm saying? And I was like, I'm gonna do like a collection. Like you know what I mean? So collection like cut and sew. I'm gonna do button ups, coat. I'm gonna do a real collection. Launch my in Paris, all that other stuff. I always been a fan of workwear. Like my dad, like I said, I come from like Midwest, real blue collar, 9 to 5 factory workers. That's in my DNA. That's what I'm used to seeing my parents get up and grind, go to work every day, put their uniforms on, that whole thing. So that natural style is already in me, like the athletic swag mixed with the hard work wear swag. That's just naturally my DNA, how I get dressed. But over the past 5 years, it's been like a trend, like a fashion trend where like Carhartt and Dickies and just workwear aesthetic and gym clothes and sweatsuits and hoodies. That's like a thing now. That's like a trend. That's like they try to box it up and make it seem like that's it. But I took that as like, oh no, that's really me though. Like that's how I get down. So I'm gonna make a collection. I'm gonna launch a brand, and I chose to name it Darryl Brown. I'm like, I'm gonna name my namesake brand because all of the great things that we go to, from Walmart to driving a Chrysler to all these things, from our refrigerator to everything, them all people names. That's, remember me, you talked about this before. That's lineage. Them real names. There's some little Fords running around here. Like that's William Dickey and Carhartt. Them people last name. That's not something they just put out the sky like we're gonna call this Carhartt. No, that was a person. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing was, as a Black African American man, I was like, I want to, build a legacy brand and sit in that table. I don't gotta all be, I'm the best, I'm better than Dickie, I'm better than Carhartt. Don't wear them no more. Wear me. I don't want to be that. I just want to sit at the table with Ben Davis, Carhartt, Dickie. I know they've been around for like 40, 50, 100, hundreds of years or whatever, but I feel like I can have a new legacy brand. That's a 20-year brand, 10-year brand, where like it started off like this because by where I'm at in life, it come out by way of fashion, but excuse me. Excuse me. But it's, it come off, because at the place I'm at in life, but it got legs to grow, and where my dad can really be, and friends and stuff like that, people really be wearing this to work and to dinner with their ladies. And, I was like, I'm going to make a real collection. So boom, I set out on making my own collection. I'm still working with at the time. So I'm more so, remember I told you that OG gave me that game. You ride the wheels until the wheels fall off. You don't quit one thing and be like, I'm going to just, you know what I'm saying? So I'm still working with doing my thing on the side. I'm cooking, like getting my samples made and this, that, and the third, going through that whole program. I put $62,000 of my own money into my first collection, getting it made, produce samples, going through the whole process, whatever. Taking all my money, putting in that, my savings, all that, still working with Ye. So I'm like, okay, let me be getting this built. So then when this is ready, then I can walk away from Ye. But then I'm feeling weird too, because I'm like, man, he gonna be mad at me. Like, he gonna be mad at me if I gotta go to him and like, because I'm thinking like 2019, January was what I was aiming for to debut my collection at Fashion Week.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So all of 2018, I'm working on it. I'm nervous. I'm like, he gonna be upset when I do. How am I gonna like get out of this situation and go off and do my own thing? You know what I'm saying? But luckily, the way it happened, just the way things was going at the time, he took a step back for his own right, away from like the brand and whatever. So we all kind of like was free to like go and do our own thing, whatever. So that gave me the thing to be able to like get away from him on good terms. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which was another blessing, because most people don't leave on good terms. They either get kicked out or they ran out on their own and they was mad. Like, you get what I'm saying? But they don't get to just, like, I left. It was fruit. It was blessing. Like, we left on good terms. You know what I'm saying? We owned it. So I'm done with him or whatever, So I finished with him finally in like November 2018 or whatever. And by then I already had like a little money saved up. So I'm like, okay, cool. I got a little cushion. And then I'm already knee deep in my own brand. Samples is coming back to me. I'm like, nigga, we off to the races. Because I was already like wearing my samples to work. And he'd be like peeping on me every now and then, like, what's that? What's that? I'm like, oh, there's some pants that I made. You know what I mean? But he was saying it was fire and stuff. So that was like confidence. I'm like, yeah, I'm on my right path. Because he already telling me that my brand is fire. And he don't even know that that's a brand or whatever. You know what I mean? And I was like, but I don't want to be like, once I get right into the thick of things, I wanted to be done with him so he wouldn't feel like I was like, you know what I mean? That's like a conflict of interest. Like, how you working for me and then make your own brand? You know what I mean?
Right.
So we got to that place of like naturally I was able to be done with him. I was like, this is perfect. So now I'm finished and I'm right back to like kind of like the situation I was with Slim. I'm out of a job, but this time I'm set up a little better. I got a proper roof over my head, got a little money saved up. You get what I'm saying? And I'm already started the process of getting my brand going, which is going to debut in Paris. But I realized that Darryl Brown was more of a structured calendar, big budget type of deal. I needed something quick to be like feeding my creative juices and bringing in like some quick, fast money. So I love vintage. Like I collect vintage hoodies. You see all on my Instagram, I'm posting vintage clothes and stuff. I got a vintage company that I just started. We'll talk about that. But
Early Bird
market where I sell like resale vintage clothes and stuff like that. So at the time, I'm like sitting there with my with Anastasia and I'm with my lady Anastasia, and I'm sitting there with my homie Bugatti, and we like sitting there at the table. It's on Thanksgiving, day after Thanksgiving or on Thanksgiving. We just like chilling, like drinking, eating and stuff. And I'm wearing a Brown University hoodie. Say Brown on it. It's all heather gray and it say Brown. But it's vintage, it's old, so it's like ripped here. It's like falling apart. So I made a little joke at the table, like, dang, my little hoodie falling apart on me. I'm gonna have to get a new one. I might as well just make my own, because another thing, like from working with Ye, he really showed me the power of like, I'm not buying nothing from nobody else. I'm gonna make all my own stuff. I'm gonna make my own t-shirt, make my own this, make my own that. So I really was on some, I'm making my own type of time. I see a hoodie, like, that's fire. Buy one so I can go make my own. You know what I mean? Type of deal. So I'm like, man, I need to just make my own vintage hoodie, man. Like, my last name is Brown, so that's another reason why I like the Brown University hoodie, because it said Brown real big. Like, I'm gonna make my own hoodie, but then I was like, man, that might be kind of corny, me making hoodies with Brown on them. Like, that for what? Just to have a hoodie with your last name or whatever? And then I was like, man, I forgot exactly how it went, because I always be saying like Midwest kids and stuff like that. Midwest kids. It's already like a pride tradition and stuff like that. Like saying, Ye be saying it. We all say it in the clique, like we Midwest kids, like, you know what I'm saying? We from the Midwest. So I forgot how it went down, but I was like, I'm gonna put Midwest kids on a hoodie. You know what I'm saying? And the collegiate font or whatever. Gotti sitting there, he's like, yeah, that'll be fire. And Anna like, yeah, that'll be good. They both like, oh, I like how that sound. Like, it just clicked, like Midwest kids collegiate font on the thing. And then Gotti, he do the graph, he just mopped it up real quick, like boom, like this. And I'm like, yeah, like that, like that's it right there, like boom. So we got a couple made, like just me and Gotti. I was like, man, get a couple made for me. You know what I mean? Gotti just got them made for me because he was already doing his brand Mud Made. So he already had the printer and pie. He's like, man, I could just get you some made, bro, so you can see how it made. So he got me like a couple of them made. I'm wearing them on like Instagram, but then at the time, Bron's still in Cleveland playing. So remember, we going to all the games.
Yeah, we went to the games. Right after I got married.
Strategically on everybody, like keep wearing it in front of people. People ask me like, "What's up with that hoodie? Like, where can I get them from?" I'm kind of like going off people's vibes because I studied for real. Like when he first came out with his brand, Billionaires Boys Club, for like that first 2 years, all we seen P wearing was like just that black t-shirt or that black hoodie with the white astronaut logo here. We didn't even see like all these designs or no website to sell it. Remember, it was all the rumors like, man, you got to be a billionaire to get that. Right. Some special card to get there. So I was like, that's how I'm going to treat this Midwest Kids hoodie. Like, I'm just going to wear it and not gas myself. I'm going to wear it for like a couple months and just be out and about wearing it, take the picture and see what people response is. You know what I mean? So I was doing that, and people was like paying attention, like, "Oh, that's fire!" Like, you know what I mean? And then people started asking me, like, "Man, I want to buy one." So boom, made the website, I sold sold a few online. You know, they were doing really well. So then I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a cool little hustle, little side hustle, bring in some little side money, add to the pot. I could just jug hoodies on the side. Cool, boom. I'm still just moving about my business, doing a hoodie. I'm doing it all by myself. Moving slow. My dude Gotti is like helping me with the site, but he really just kind of like let me do my thing or whatever. So, Bron, fast forward, like I don't know Bron, but I knew the Bron stylist, Brennan. You know what I'm saying? We became good friends because naturally we met it. We in Paris one time. We sit in this restaurant called Ferdy. It's like a popular restaurant there. We noticed like you just naturally notice the minorities in them type of places. Like you get what I'm saying? So you notice like, oh, we the only bruh. So he's sitting there with his lady. I'm sitting there with my lady. But we sit next to each other. You know what I mean? So we keep having to like scoot and we getting closer and closer and closer. Naturally, you know, just being like manners, we all started sparking up a conversation. Like the four of them. We talk to each other. I'm like, you know, I'm the stylist for Ye. He like, I'm the stylist for Bron. It was just like, we just hit it off like, yo, two young black males, like we right here meeting like this in Paris, and we both styling like two of the most iconic black males in the world. Wow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we got like respect for each other, and we stayed in contact, hit each other like, yo, that was dope. I seen this, et cetera, stuff like that. And so fast forward when I started doing my own brand, I started going back through my contacts because this whole year, you know, we've been talking for a while now. I'm like 10 years in the game now. I work for Rocksmith, all these different things. Now, all this time working for all these, I just always been a good worker and did a good business. I never asked nobody for nothing. Like, you get what I'm saying? So now, fast forward 2019, I'm finally doing my own brand. You know, in the 2018, going into 2019, I'm finally doing my own brand. Now I'm cashing in on favors. Like I'm hitting people up like, yo, I'm doing my own thing now. What's up? Like I'm hitting all the buyers up from all the stores. I'm hitting all my model friends up, my rapper homies, my influencer friends, my people, my friends that do marketing and events up. So I'm doing boom. And surprisingly, everybody showed me love. Like so many people was like, man, I've been waiting for you to do something, man. I've been told you. I remember Joe Fresh Goods, man, gave me some of the best advice ever. I seen him in Chicago one time. I'm out there because I was living in Chicago with Ye for like, we was damn near based in Chicago for like 3-4 months. So I'm like living in Chicago. It was so weird flying from LA to Chicago like every week and every other day and all this other stuff. And I go pull up on Joe one time and Joe just dropped like one of the craziest gems on me. He was like, man, as your friend, I'm going to tell you that I'm proud of you. But I'm also going to tell you that I don't want to look up and see you in the same place in 6 years. And I was just like, ooh, like that was just like
that hit you.
Yeah, I was just like, nigga, bet. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Bet that up. You ain't going to worry about it. Like, thank you. Because I knew what he was saying. Like, he was giving me the best game ever. I was like, bet. So, yeah, so I'm like cashing in all these favors, like, bro. So Brennan was one of the ones I said, I'm like, bro, I got a hoodie. Bro, I love to like get it to the king or anybody that you even got from the Midwest that you think, you know, hold me down. And I sent him a picture. He like, man, say no more. Like, done deal. You know, but I know how I go because I used to be like that with Ye. Everybody beat me up. Like, oh, show Ye. I'd be like, man, it. But I'm like, whatever. But I don't want to, I ain't going to shit on you. You know, I ain't going to like, you know, dead your dream. I ain't going to, you know what I mean, like stump your dreams out. So I'm thinking like, man, Brendan probably just like being a good sport and being like, bro, yeah, send that hoodie. You know what I'm saying? At the time, I'm only got it. It was like a Russell blank with the Midwest kid.
Yeah.
You know, Bron is Bron.
I got it.
Yeah, I'm like, he not going to do that. So I sent him a couple weeks go by, and then like, bro, I literally woke up. This like the day before New Year's, but like right after the day after Bron's birthday, and like Bron wore it to like private
a little
birthday
dinner or something, right?
Yeah, like a little private invite only birthday party, but like somebody like leaked the picture with like him and like, you know, the whole gang that we like Rich and all them, and he got that young, and boy, I teared up. Boy, I remember I cried like a baby in the shop. That was just like a moment for me. I was like, man, I really was going to all them fucking games. Like, you get what I'm saying? And I was wearing that hoodie on purpose. And I used to be telling my niggas, like, Bron gonna fuck with me. Bron gonna wear this hoodie. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, Bron is gonna see this. Like, how could he not hate on this? Like, I just had a good feeling about it. I really believed in it. I was like, man, like this hoodie is gonna take off. So for him to like just look, and then Brendan was like, I ain't had nothing to do with that. He just threw that on his own type deal. So that showed me, I'm like, yo, and then, like I said, I've been around Ye for 4 years. So they know what they be doing. They know they gonna change some kid life when they throw some brand on that don't nobody know about, that somebody, they know when I throw this brand on, I walk outside, 9 times out of 10, whoever this is attached to this, they about to make a killing. I'm about to send them up. Like, you can, they know. Like,
yeah, they know.
They used to know. Like, yo, that's why sometimes they shy away from stuff, because they're like, you ain't about to capitalize off me.
Right,
like, No, yeah, like, who t-shirt is that? What brand is that? No, they ain't about to get that up. So for him to just throw it on, that means you know what you doing. Like, bro, you about to look out. You know what I'm saying? So once he did that, I immediately, like, boom, grabbed a lawyer, trademark, LLC, set up Midwest Kids, incorporated, grabbed the name, all that. Now I feel like I own Midwest Kids, the trademark name, 100% the name. Like, I feel like Power did when I used to work for Rocksmith, and they was like telling us all these Wu-Tang stories and all this other stuff. I used to be wondering, like, who is Power? You get what I'm saying? Because Power, one of the owners of Wu-Tang, you know, and for people that watching this, y'all, I know y'all probably wondering, like, who is Power? If y'all ever seen the movie Belly, Knowledge, the guy who played Knowledge and Power, the guy who played Knowledge and Belly, that's Power, the real
that's Power, right?
Power, that's for a visual, that's him, that's the real man, whatever. So Power, if y'all don't know, I know the Wu-Tang Saga just came out. He was one of the original, and they gonna show this in season 2, but he was one of the original executives to help start. He linked up with RZA and RZA brother, and he put the bread behind him because he was like the drug lord and the OG. He brought everybody together. So from that, he made smart business moves by owning the trademark to the bird. You know what I'm saying?
Him and Divine, right?
Yeah, him and Divine, which is based like him and RZA. You know what I'm saying? Him and Divine own the bird and the name of Wu-Tang. That man don't got to do nothing. He gonna be
the
good
rest of his life.
That's a royalty. And he used to be telling me that and schooling me about gang with that when we used to be at Rocksmith. He used to be schooling me about gang, about the trademarks and all that. Like, yo, I don't care what happened. Like, I ain't gotta have no records and all that. Like, he a part of that trademark. Like, you know what I'm saying? So for me to get Midwest Kids off and then shout out to my lawyer, but then own the trademark, own Midwest Kids.
Yeah, you good forever.
I ain't born that. I'm like, that's a good royalty I'm building up for myself. Like, I'm good for life. I feel like Midwest Kids is just as powerful as that swoosh, them 3 stripes, that Jumpman logo, all that. I believe in it just like that. You know what I'm saying? That's how I believe in it. But then Midwest Kids is, I got my partner, my homie, Gerald Riley Bugatti helping me, and then my boy Ben Hobart from Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? We all Ohio boys. You know
Benny Pop.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And we all naturally just do different things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm like the creative and the ideas and, the vision and all that. But then my dogs, I just looked at it like I took like a Jay-Z and like a whole mentality. Like, I could have went and got strangers and hired them to do the same thing my friends can do. You get what I'm saying? My friends know how to run because we spent years working for other companies, working jobs, making them money. Like, my friends know how to run websites, do graphics, design, do photo shoots. The same brother, Denzel, that I started with in my dad's bedroom taking pictures. Now he a huge photographer and shoot for Errol Spence and all these other celebrities and athletes and all that stuff, and based in Dallas and got his own photography company going and all that. So yeah, bro, that's why I say, like, the journey makes the story better, man. Like,
man, do you remember that time when we was out in LA? I think it was last year. And we all went to, it was the warehouse you was at. You was getting all the pieces and stuff together for Darryl Brown. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Man, that was the first time that I kind of got like a inward look into like the mind of a creative, like in their field.
Yeah.
And I really had like a real appreciation for what I seen you and the stage and Jerome, like how y'all moved in that situation. Like, it was because I think a lot of times for people on the outside, like you just look at it from a certain perspective. You know what I'm saying? You don't have any idea. But like when I seen y'all in y'all element,
yeah,
I was able to see the genius and like the you know the it's just something like a unique skill set that y'all have.
I know exactly what you mean.
And everybody don't have that. Like I even think that my mother has that to an extent. She's able to like look at things and know how it's supposed to lay, how it's supposed to look, like how the room was supposed to be set up. Like that is a skill. And I think that, you know what I'm saying, what you're doing with Midwest Kids, with Darryl Brown, like all of that is like part of your skill set, but it's even a higher purpose attached to that. So see, that's just so dope to see, man. It's just so dope to see the brand and, you know what I'm saying, be catapulted to what it is. Like you said, we was going to them Cavs games together, like, you know what I'm saying, when the Midwest
Kids going to them games. And it was like,
I remember.
In that mode, I was going, it was like when I say it all mattered. Like, you get what I'm saying? I was going to the games, cool, with my homie and my lady, and we at the game, but I was really looking at Bron. Like, you get what I'm saying? I was really trying to get a seat down low for a reason. I was going for something. Like, you know what I mean? I had a whole vision in my head, like, man, okay, bet. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, all right, bet. Like, man, this is gonna happen. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it was like when he wore it, that catapulted. And then literally the next week, I got a bunch of them printed off and I sent them to Ye, right? So I was excited because I knew, like, I know the media and the power of like social media and everything being one phone away. So I was like, man, I know Ye done seen this. I know somebody somewhere was like, look at your boy. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
do you think that everybody can sell merch?
No.
Or anybody?
No, because I feel like, you know, that's why I be telling people now, like, you know, people be hitting me up like, man, I want to start a brand, this, that, and the third. Like, I tell stories through Carmen's. I'm telling stories. Like, everything I'm doing and releasing. Midwest Kids, we did 14 pop-ups, 14 activations. We done did collabs with the NBA. We did collabs with LeBron and them Uninterrupted for All-Star. We did a collaboration with Adidas, a whole pop-up situation. So we done did a lot of activations, a lot of collaborations and stuff like that. But like when I say it's built, not bought, like all the way down to the days I spent in Toledo is what helped me be able to sell a hoodie today. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's all the things. You got some things, of course, you just can't help it. Like, you got some people, they got like proper resources, they got proper financial backing, or they just like linked up with the right celebrity or athlete, and in that situation or that time or that moment or that saying or that phrase or something that's just on fire, where it's just like anomaly, where it's just boom, that was the sellout. But most brands and stuff like that, like even like Ralph Lauren, he almost failed in his first 3 years. He almost packed it up and was like, I'm done, I can't do this. Like, you know, every great artist or anything, like being successful, like having real success is like hard. You get what I'm saying? And like, especially like even now, like clothes is like music, like SoundCloud apps, like new brand every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? New brand every day. It's a new t-shirt, a new hat, a new something every day that somebody like, oh, you should wear this, you should wear this, you should wear this. And I want $1,200 for it. I want $40 for it. I want $800 for it. But it's like, what's the foundation behind it? What's the story behind it? Who behind it? Like Midwest Kids, it's not even about me. I'm a part of the Midwest Kids. I'm a part of that story. I was just blessed that I thought of the idea to bring, you know what I mean? People I have hit me up every day and be like, bro, I really love this brand and what it's standing for, how it's like bringing pride. Like, I started Midwest Kids because I would travel all over the world, East Coast. I would travel all over the world and people were like, man, I'm from East Coast. I'm from LA. I'm from West Coast, New York, down south, Atlanta, Texas, Florida. And you like, I'm from the Midwest. And people like, ain't Bone Thugs from Cleveland or Kanye from Chicago. Or I had a layover one time in Detroit. I was on my way to.
People don't even know what the Midwest is, man.
Yeah, like it just be lost. So it's like I want to like give people like a tradition. Like besides like the athletes, entertainers, like yo, the Midwest got like some great people, great traditions, great things, a lot of food, a lot of ways of living, a lot of actors, a lot of entertainers, a lot of great people, from presidents to all types of stuff, came and born and raised from the Midwest.
That's right. That's right.
A lot of people meet their spouse in the Midwest, relocate to the Midwest, start their business in the Midwest, etc.
A lot of people in LA and New York is from the Midwest.
Exactly, and then they or they grew up here and they go to college out there, and then next thing you know they living out there and you know, set up shop out there and stuff like that. So I wanted to like shine light on that. That's why it's not no mascot. It's just Midwest Kids. It's like that brand. I'm never gonna let that go. Somebody gonna have to offer me like the woo for it, because that is, when you think about it, that Midwest Kids is born every day. It's timeless. It's genreless. Like I'm trying to grow it so much to where I want it to be to where it's gonna be you ain't gonna be able to land in the Midwest without you ain't gonna be able to go into an arena, a school, a college, an airport, a gift shop without seeing Midwest Kids in there, without it just being like, I just want it to be like a staple home brand, like Abercrombie, like Nike. It just is. It's just existing. It's not like a like it's not like a I don't make clothes that I vowed to like not make clothes that make people feel like they gotta be at a certain status in life or have a certain stigma to be down. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I got kids from all races, age, shapes, and sizes. Even when I fought for my trademark, that was one of the things. They was like, man, that's a brand for kids. No, I got old people wearing this, bro. Quit playing with me. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I got whole families going to Disney World and buying a whole family reunion, Midwest Kids hoodies and stuff like that. Like, this is like a whole legacy brand. Like, I bet you half people don't even know who run Midwest Kids.
Right.
Or even know that it's a black dude with dreads.
Right.
Like, you get what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Like, and that's what I wanted to be like about. I would love for like me and Anna, like I have kids and my kids like be like living off Midwest Kids. Like, yo, like my dad owned this brand. Like, type
that's the goal. That's the goal. Do you look at yourself as a businessman or as an artist?
I look at myself as just a creative. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a young creative. I'm a normal dude. Like, for real, like, I'm really just a simple, normal dude from Toledo, Ohio. I got some dreams. I done had a gnarly ride. You get what I'm saying? And I had some things. I learned a lot of things along the way, picked up on some things, put down some things, you know, had my trials and tribulations, but I wouldn't call myself a designer. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm an artist. I'm just a creative. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a businessman, because I had to like really tap into and learn business over the last 3 years. You know what I'm saying? It's like how Jerome be saying in one of his lyrics, he got this line where he'd be like, I put it on paper, then put it in play. Like, I'm not the brightest. I'm not the smartest. I don't got the best ideas, none of that. I can just execute better than a lot of other people can. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what's the gnarly part about it. I can execute and stay a little bit more consistent than the next man can. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing that's separating. I feel like separating a lot of people is some people is willing to do it and some people not.
100%.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people want to be Bron. A lot of people want to be Ye. A lot of people want to be you. A lot of people want to be me, but they have no idea what it's like to walk in them shoes every day. Like, a lot of people want to be me. They do not want to do what I do every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're not with it. You know what I mean? They just want what I got in that Instagram post, or they want that look, or they want that high five, or they want them bells. They want them sparklers. But they ain't really trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, get down there in the trenches with you. You know what I mean?
Do you think
almost like how you said.
You good.
Almost like you said, like, man, what made you just not quit some days? Like, fuck it, I'm out of here. Because so many people would have been like, I seen them do it. It was literally like, I seen them quit right next to me. Like, yo, we was going strong for like months, and then now look, you not there nowhere. You was like, yo, I'm going home.
Right.
You know, I had so many homies that was like my good friends in New York, and then they went back to South Carolina or wherever they was from. They was like, I can't do this. I'm out. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
do you think that everybody is a creative in their own way?
Yes, 1,000%, because I can be in my lane right here, talking confidently, standing on my own 10, telling you everything there is to know about fashion or whatever it is I know and what I'm into. And then in the same breath, you can sit there and just get to going in and have me looking little in a room. Like, you get what I'm saying? You could share, you could drop some gems on me and share a whole, you can open your toolbox on me and I'll turn to student. You get what I'm saying? Or somebody else, we can get on the phone with somebody else and they gonna open up their toolbox on us and we gonna be like, huh? You and then what? Like, you get what I'm saying? So I feel like everybody got their own unique skill. Like my stuff, I'm dope at what I do, but I think Anna is way better than me in fashion. Way flyer and way more like creative and all that other type of stuff. You get what I'm saying? And vice versa. So I never like try to gas myself or like, you know, like play myself like, oh, I just got it and everybody else don't got it. They just ain't figured it out. A lot of stuff.
They ain't figured it out yet.
And information and lack of kahunas.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
you're right.
Like my own lady be telling me, like, you need to hold your nuts. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying?
I think fear is like the main factor that keeps people from like taking action and chasing their dreams. Like people be psyched out and they
fear is why you don't jump, bro.
You
don't never jump, bro. Literally, you don't. Fear is why you don't jump. It's like being a little kid and your dad or your mom in the pool like jump and you like no, but you know it's only 3 feet. You taller than the water. They right there and everything, but you like fuck that. Like, I'm cool with all that. I don't need this. Like, you know, and that's how it is. Like, especially coming from a place like Toledo, I'm the first person doing what I'm doing. Like, you get what I'm saying? I got stuff lined up, some stuff I'm about to do with like Adidas and stuff like that. I'm the first person from my city that ever did that.
Right.
First person that's doing what I'm doing, like, and coming how I'm coming. So I look at it like it's my job to like. That's why I like doing stuff like this. It's my job to talk to people. Like, I do like different speaking engagements I did. I spoke at Loyola University and stuff like that, and like other different like panels or whatever. I feel like it's important to like teach people and get that game because I wish I would have had certain knowledge and had somebody to. I made it this far just tripping off my own map. Nobody right there to tell me like, bro, come this way, turn left, and then you do that. I never had a chance to like going through this and pick up the phone and be like, man, I'm just stressed out. Call back home like I'm stressed out because I'm trying to do X, Y. I couldn't do that. I literally had to sit there and just deal with it myself. Look to the left of me, look to the right of me, like, man, what we gonna do? How I'm gonna figure this out and all that. I had to really just like, really, bro, just get it off the muscle, man. Like,
information, man, is like the best currency that we can get. You know what I'm saying? By sharing information with each other, man, we allowing not only ourselves to flourish, but we allowing other people who coming after us to flourish. So it's important that you saying that, man.
Right, so you'd be surprised, like, man, just sharing some information, bro, can change a person's whole trajectory.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
But, like, you know how many times I've been in a room or been in a conversation or even just little stuff I'm picking up from this, and I'm like, ooh, you right. Oh, bet. Yeah. You know what I mean? So definitely, bro. Communication.
Tell me this, man. If you had to say what your 5 values and principles that an entrepreneur should have, what you think they would be?
Patience. You know what I'm saying? Patience is my number one. Patience is what I battle with. I feel like most humans have a hard time with battling with, period, in life. All the way from like anything, you know what I'm saying, all across the board of life scale. Patience is one. Knowing how to tap into your resources. You know, we got this pride thing because society built us up to feel like, you know, these fugazi fake checkpoints in life or status quo where we feel like we should be. You know, I'm only speaking from my own personal experiences, but like letting that pride go and really tapping into your resources. Like, it's okay to ask for help. You gonna need some help, dog. And if you think you're not gonna need some help, then you ain't planning to do nothing great, cause you gonna need some help. Like tapping into knowing you can't do everything. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of stuff I know how to do. I know how to paint my house. I'm calling somebody to come paint it though. Like, you get what I'm saying? I'm not painting it myself unless I just got to. Like, you get what I'm saying? So doing that and then learning how to delegate. You know what I mean? Learning how to really put people in position. That's one of the things I learned from Ye. Like, he the master coach. Like, he Coach K. He Phil Jackson. He got rings, bro. Nobody ever talk about that. Like, you know what I mean? Being a master orchestrator to be able to take all different forms and come in contact with all different forms of walk of life and put them all on one beat and accord to achieve a goal for something for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got Midwest Kids, Darryl Brown, and Early Bird Market. And through them, I'm working with all different people in life. Like, you know what I'm saying? From an 18-year-old kid all the way to somebody that's in their 40s, all these in all different walks of life and living in different parts of the country. You know what I mean? One of the photographers that shot Darryl Brown lookbook, he a kid from Toledo that I met in Japan.
Right.
He live in Japan. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's just that learning how to like delegate it, learn how to be like, bro, I need you to do this. I'm gonna step back and let you do that and let you grow and blossom and do that. But yeah, those are like really just some of the main things is foundation, man. You know, of course, trusting in your moves and what you're trying to do, and then really just staying true to something. Like I said, I tell stories through my projects so I can stay on course. Otherwise, I'm just I'm just moving around, no compass. Don't nothing makes sense to my life. I'm just doing stuff just to do it. Every T-shirt, every project, most things I did like mattered. It meant something. I was able to like tell a story or like tap into it to where it's almost like a tattoo. I can stand on it and be like, oh, that's because we was trying to, or I was, or this X, Y, and Z, or this means, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Otherwise, it's easy to just get caught because the world is changing so fast, man. If you ain't really like holding on to nothing and like standing on to nothing, man, you just get swept up. Like, you know what I mean? You would just go with the flow of life and be standing for this, standing for that, doing this, doing that. You know what I mean? Like, that's what make things like legacy brands and successful is like the consistency and then doing that over and over and over, but staying in pocket, staying true to their beliefs. That's why we respect Chick-fil-A. Like, they don't open on Sunday. They did that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, right. That's just the way. That's just the way it's gonna be. But let McDonald's close on Sunday. Right. It's gonna be a problem because it's like you ain't staying in your lane. Who you think you is? People not even gonna be mad that they closed. They gonna be mad that they tried to close and be like, you get what I'm saying? Like, right. Who do I think y'all are to be closing? Like, so that's the main thing. Just, you know, just being true to your path. You know what I'm saying? Not judging the next man's path. Not being like, man, why he on heels and I'm still over here walking straight. He going up his hill though, man. Just, you know, yeah,
I love that, man. That's dope.
Tunnel vision on, man.
Yeah, that's dope. What about what's the goals for Midwest Kids and Darryl Brown, man? You spoke about it earlier, you know, on the podcast, man. You said, listen, I want my kids to be able to eat off this for a long time. You know, when the day comes when you do have kids, you know, how important is the legacy and the goals and the long-term play for what you have going on right now?
Yeah, right now I just want to build it, man. I got 2 brands. I just want to get them both to like being super successful brands where I'm able to like, you know, take care of myself and you know, that whole 9. And yeah, man, like I feel like the people I worked for, like the people that came before me that I worked for and all that, I want to be able to do the same thing, have a multi-million-dollar brand and be doing stuff in the community with Midwest Kids and giving back and helping young designers and young creatives. Like I'm already working with my brands. I've took my opportunity and I'm already like tapping in and working with like young creatives and young graphic designers and young entrepreneurs who like might need an outlet. So it's like I'm giving them the same opportunity that Ye gave me and Eric and Kenshin gave me. Like, yo, come get down with me and like get busy. Like, oh, you like it's like another sports analogy. Like, oh, you play ball, you outside on the dirt court every day. Like, I got a little arena over here. You come hoop in my backyard. You come hoop in my gym. You get what I'm saying? Like, and let's get busy and grow it and build it. So that's really where I'm at. And you know, I like to look up and be like, find a new me, get a bunch of me's and hire a bunch of me's. And I look up and I'll be in like my 40s and my 50s, sitting back chilling somewhere, bossed up like Ye and them. Like I don't got to be like all millions in a mansion and all that, but just have my own little right where somebody could be like, oh, that's Darryl, man. Remember him? He do blah, 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 blah. But not like a has-been where it's like you ain't doing that no more or I got to be all on the gram still trying to get fits off. I'm trying to be like, just chilling, raising my kid, you know what I'm saying? Raising my kids and holding it down, but like still tapped into the culture and pushing it forward to where like somebody else somewhere 5-10 years from now is sitting on a podcast with their homies and they're like, and I worked for Darryl and Darryl did this And
Yeah,
then Blase Blah or somebody doing their podcast and they're like, and I used to tap in and watch John's every day. And then I did this and that's where I'm trying to take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's dope. DB, man, thank you, bro. You know,
Appreciate it, bro. This was perfect. This was a good talk. We've been on here like 3 hours, man.
Bruh, hey, you have definitely eclipsed the longest podcast episode, but it's all good. When I started this, I said, man, I'm trying to be on some Joe Rogan shit, man. I'm trying to be like 2-3 hours type shit.
Yeah.
So this has been amazing, bro.
All organic, though. All organic.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said from the beginning, man, when I started it, it was certain people I wanted to highlight. And you was definitely one of those people, man. You know, so I thank you. I can't thank you enough for coming on.
I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, no problem. So before we get out of here, man, I just got like a couple rapid questions that I run down. And we'll end it. So the first question is, man, what's your intentions for 2020? What are your intentions, man? What are you trying to put out there? What are you trying to manifest, man?
My intentions, man, I really been using this time. You know, we going through a wild year. 2020 is gonna be remembered forever. I'm using this time to really just reset my compass and get back to the basics. And I mean by like, I've been using 2020 to focus more on not so much of my work life. You know what I'm saying? We all get caught up in, I'm trying to get to the bag. And work. And then I found myself over the last couple of years becoming like socially removed, noticing like I don't got no hobbies. I don't really got like a tight social circle unless it's about work or like fashion. So for me, I've just been like, I've been talking to my parents more, having more meaningful conversations with my lady and with friends and family that don't care nothing about fashion, and we ain't talking about fashion or none of this world. We talking about just regular life and like spending time doing normal things, you know what I'm saying? And like, and working out and stuff like that. Like I've been working out hard body since January 6th, you know what I'm saying? So staying in shape and, you know, just tapping in, using your brain, because then that all come back and inspire you to do even more. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to take a break away, take a step away and just like get into different things, like read more books, like, you know, just trying to like, you know, peel the layer back, you know what I'm saying? Because you think you so much. You could think you know so much and so in tune, and then you realize like you're not. Like and this quarantine process like really like showed me like you could it won't hurt to like tap into life a little more. You get what I'm saying? Because you know, like you get $1 million today, you still gonna be chasing that bag. You get 20 million, you get 100 million. Look at Jeff Bezos, you still gonna be chasing that bag. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, tap into life and what matters, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get older, you know, family matters, life experience matters. It do matter to see the sun. It do matters to see the nighttime. It do matter to, like, have good health. We getting a little older, you know what I'm saying? Just so, that's more so what I've been doing, just trying to, like, you know how we always like, man, I'm trying to get myself together, but we always talking from a foreign of finances. I'm really trying to get myself together with becoming, like, a better son, a better friend, a better cousin, a better mentor, a better boss, et cetera, you know what I'm saying? A better fiance, all those things, you know what I mean? So that's really what I've been focusing on, less work, because I feel like it's always, I'm always trying to create something and do all that, but it's like, man, go do something else, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. So that's more so what I'm trying to challenge myself with personal side, like get more tapped into with my personal side. You know what I mean?
100%. That's dope. What do you think your purpose is, and how is that connecting to what you're doing today?
I think my purpose is the best way I can put it is my purpose is to just be a vessel, continue to be a vessel, you know, and that's through Christ, through my family, through friendships, through inspiration. If I can inspire somebody, if somebody can from Toledo or somebody else can see whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm doing in my little life or my journey, that can help them, you know, however I can be a vessel to help people. Because I feel like ultimately that's the only reason why God has kept me in his good favor for so long, is because he can use me still. You know what I'm saying? Besides, continue to bless me. People pray so much, Lord, please help me. Besides just helping me, he know by helping me. And I want to stay on his good side with, oh, you helping me, but then you see what I went and did. I went and helped all them people too. Like, you get what I'm saying? Or I shared this, or I shared that. So I feel like I just want to continue to be a vessel, and you know, whatever that vessel is for, whatever God got that lining up for, then boom, so be it. But for me, a vessel, and I feel like that's powerful. Just could continue to just be a live, well pumping vessel. That's just you got constant flow. You come through. You know, you coming through this way, it's all good, and keep the name too. Keep my name in good standing. So when you know, like we in a day and age where like your words, your mouth is just as powerful as a gun. Like you know what I'm saying, you can end your own life or somebody else's life or somebody else's career or state of being or mental all off your words. You know what I'm saying? They just as powerful as a gun. So yeah, man, being a vessel, a positive vessel.
What's something about you people would be surprised to know?
That I'm really chill as fuck. Like, that I'm really chill. Like, man, people get this thing like where they think that I'm like some bougie, like stuck up. Oh, Paris, le mimi, watois, fabric, the art,
artsy,
glamour,
type shit. Yeah.
Man, I'm straight from it. You know me. I'm rumble tumble straight from the trenches, belly. Like, you know what I mean? I'm a Cancer.
I'll never forget when we was in Jamaica, and I can't remember what was happening. Something happened where like. Oh, I can't remember what was happening. I remember you look back, you like, hey, one thing I can do, these niggas don't know, I can fight.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So it's like,
and the way you said it, I'm like, oh yeah, he got work. I can tell how the way you said that.
Yeah, man. It's like I'm a Cancer to the heart. So it's like I'm real 50 Cent, Jim Jones, they're my Cancer brothers, like 50 Cent, Jim Jones, like Meek Mill, like I got a lot of passion. Like we straight out the trenches with it. So, because when I meet people, I can already tell like by their conversation, they be thinking I'm all about to be talking that the essence, the glamour, the bougie, the me, blah blah, boo boo, the fabric, the art. They gotta go like try to impress me. I'm like, man, I'm from the bottom. This is how I get it. This my trap. Like this my jug. Like this my band. This how I'm moving it. But bro, I'm from Toledo, Ohio, the Midwest. We raw. Like growing up, I'm wearing skinny jeans and mohawks and doing all this wild stuff, wearing Vans and all that. But I'm doing all this in the hood, running around with when I go back home, my dudes, they don't look like this. You know what I'm saying? My dudes, they on some whole different type of time. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, and I got a real story. Like I never forget. Like just the last little story right before we go. Like one time we having a meeting. One time. Kanye kind of like, you know, without going into too much details, he was pondering on the time, like if he wanted to do something with McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? So he kind of had us all in a room, gang all in a room, like the squad, it's probably like 20, 30 of us. He had us all in a room and he just kind of like dropped a little bit of the McDonald's idea and was like, yo, what y'all think about it? Everybody in the room, oh, McDonald's unhealthy, doing all this. I'm like, y'all think it'd be fire. I used to work for McDonald's. Whole room got quiet. You get what I'm saying? It was like, that was like a testimony in itself. Like, I used to work for McDonald's and now I'm sitting in this room with all y'all super educated, degreed Parsons, all this, whatever stuff. I'm sitting right in here with y'all, working with the greatest. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could tell he looked at me with this look like, you work for McDonald's, man? Like, nobody else in there could share that story. Nobody else could be like, I used to work with McDonald's. Y'all all in there talking about, no, because they ain't healthy. Boo, boo, boo. All this other fugazi, like, you know, whatever. Man, McDonald's saved my life. That was like Benny Hanna going to that growing up in the hood. McDonald's, them golden arches. It was like, Roof Chris, what are you talking about? Man, that was the first job. I bought my first pair of Air Force One highs, all white with the black trim with my McDonald's check. Quit playing with me, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's that little story is the analogy I be saying with life, like how people be thinking like, no, I'm down to earth. Like when they hear my story, that's what I feel like is the kicker. Like, you know what I mean? People be like, wow, you did what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, man, half of my peers ain't never worked no factory job. They don't know what it's like to punch no clock and be on no assembly line, build no Monte Carlos, being on no train, doing no work like that. These boys was working at like Foot Locker and stuff, and then going to fashion school and doing this, doing that, and like, you know what I mean? And one of their homies made it rapping. or one of their homies went to the league and got millions, and everybody got rich. No, dog, it's a whole different path I'm going on this side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the more I speak, the more I grab my power back in that. You know what I'm saying? Because more kids I find got more in common with me than
with you. That's right. That's right. That's like, right.
Oh, what? Bet. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
They believe because I said it versus somebody else. They be like, nah. They be listening like, okay, I hear you. But then when I get to talking, they be like, bet. Like, you get what I'm saying? And coming from
it's real.
Midwest,
it's real. It's real at that point.
Yep. And I feel like coming from the Midwest, that is my power. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my investment into the Midwest. I feel like the things that I'm doing is going to help kids over the next 10 years, especially in my area where I'm from. I am fashion where I'm from. Like,
right.
And like no other examples. Like people like me has set it up where kids are going to be into fashion now because I'm already seeing it now. Stuff they doing at home in Ohio and all that stuff now. And that was non-existent. It never was around. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's just the times is starting to like catch up now. It's like education and information is being spread and shared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Important.
100%.
All the way to you doing a podcast right now. Like this is like pushing it forward. Kids ain't doing podcasts. They want to.
Right.
They want to. Like, you get what I'm saying? Young kids coming up because they want to. All over Akron and Toledo and Cleveland and Northeast and Northwest Ohio, they want to. They just don't even know if they even got a voice. So you don't even know how many kids like listen at you. I'm like, bet. Like, like your own students, like, oh, Mr. Oregon on there. I bet you I'm gonna get him and talk.
That's a fact.
Like,
that's a fact. That's a fact.
Do it, I can do it. You know what I mean? You don't gotta be like, oh, I gotta get to New York and become Joe Buttons to do it. Like, right. Rogan to do this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I can really do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you becoming a voice of who you naturally are, your real life experiences that nobody can take from you. You get or edit or change.
It don't get more real than that. You know what I'm saying? It don't get more real than that.
That's what it's all about, man.
What scares you?
Myself. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean? What you mean by that?
Because any given day I could be not as confident, not as on my P's and Q's, not as thoughtful. Like one of my prayers, I pray for thought. I don't be in my prayers like asking God to give me stuff. I be like, can you equip me with the tools to get it? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't be on there like, build this for me. I'm like, help me build this. How I'm supposed to do this? So like, I be scared of myself one time. Like, man, you might be lacking in thought. You're gonna second guess yourself. You're gonna be slipping. You ain't gonna be on your P's and Q's. You know what I'm saying? So that's what scared me. Me scared me. You know what I'm saying? And I be like, you already know what the bottom feel like. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my OGs, I posted a throwback from 2013 when I was principal for the day at Murray Bertram High School in New York. I've seen that. I'm only living in New York for 2 years at this time, bro. Working at Rocksmith, just running a flagship store. And one of my customers is a senior at Murray Bertram High School. And he come in there one day and he said to me, bro, would you mind coming to speak to my class for career day? I told him all about you. I think you really cool. I think you should come. I'm like, me? Bro, all you do is see me when you come in this store and buy something. We barely talk. But I knew I took that as a bigger thing. Like, that's God talking to him, talking to me through him. Like, go share that story with them kids. That was 2013. I ain't do nothing. I still ain't did nothing. But that moment happened. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, man, just you know.
That's dope. What's your favorite quote?
The journey makes the story better. The journey makes the story. All right, but that's my cliche quote, right? My real quote. Okay, the journey makes the story better. But my real quote is this quote that my grandfather, he wasn't my real blood grandfather, but it was like my granny's. You know, back in the day, Granny stayed with a boyfriend, but her boyfriend, she didn't have a boyfriend.
my granny had Sherman.
You know what I'm saying?
Sherman,
Sherman came in when the real grandpa wasn't doing right, and he went and married off his old family and all that, and that's where your other uncles and aunties come from.
It was Sherman, man. Yeah, that's a fact.
So my grandma growing up, we had Nate. Nate was my grandfather. That's how I looked at him. You know what I'm saying? But what was we talking about?
I asked you. You was telling me about your favorite quote, and you were saying he had a quote.
Yeah, but my OG, you know, Nate, he had an old like slave quote. He used to tell me. He used to say, "You don't heard me say, ain't no hill for a stepper."
Yeah.
That right there will be like my iconic quote, but that's not all the way like politically correct. So sometimes I can't throw that out there for him. That might they might be like, oh, he jiving too much. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, they're gonna be like, yo, he corporate thugging too hard.
No,
right
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you 100%.
So I hit them with the politically correct version, like, oh, you know, like the journey makes the story better, but ain't no hill for a stepper. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
That's what it is. Ain't no hill for if you a stepper, ain't no mountain we ain't overcoming. Yeah. We get through all this. We get through all this. No hill for a stepper.
What's the best advice you ever received?
Not to rush my blessings. You know what I mean? Because when I was at Rocksmith, I had the ambition to thought I was ready to. When I first started, put it like this is the analogy, this is the best way I can put it about rushing my blessings. When I first started styling Machine Gun Kelly, I was so ambitious and believing in my dreams. I thought I was ready to style Pharrell and Kanye right there. But going through my whole journey and then finally getting to style Kanye, if God would have gave me Kanye when he gave me MGK, we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. We wouldn't even know.
That might not have worked.
We wouldn't even know each other.
I don't think Ye would have took the Rocksmith tank, man.
We wouldn't even have worked, bro. Like, you wouldn't even know me. Anna wouldn't have never known me.
Right.
Bro, that's why I don't rush your blessing. And when I was at Rocksmith, you know how you be wanting other stuff. Like, you know how it is. Like, you know, you get one thing, you be like, I need 10. I want 10. And you finally get 10. You be like, boy, I'm glad he didn't give me 10 when I was asking for it. So I was not ready, boy. So that's my main thing is like not rushing my blessings, man. Because so many times I thought I was ready and I wasn't.
If you could pick up the phone and call yourself, your 20-year-old self, knowing what you know today, what would you tell yourself?
Damn, that's a good question. I always be hearing other people ask people them questions too. I don't want to say nothing corny, like, because I be hating when people give an answer. I be like, oh, you wouldn't have said that. You would not said that. Like, you know what I mean? I think if I could look at my 20-year-old self now, I would honestly tell myself, like, yeah, keep going. You're on the right path. Because for me, it was the confidence and like the know how to, like, people didn't like teach me, like, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't go to my father and be like, yo, I'm trying to do fashion. Like, I got to figure this out. Help me with this. You like, what? Or my mother or, you know, something like that. So I was really like getting into a journey and into a space where it was like, I was really kind of like on my own. Like, ooh, you're going to have to figure this out because you the one that wanted to do this. You're going to have to figure this out. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was like the main thing for me. You know what I mean?
Dope, man. Dope. Well, tell us what you got coming up, man. Tell us your social media tag where everybody can find you. Tell us what you got coming up though.
Okay. Well, I just did a collaboration with Midwest Kids. We did a capsule with Overtime. Overtime is like a new media sports platform. They kind of like they like new, improved, huge. It's kind of like if ESPN meets like Travis Scott's, but focusing only on like high school and college sports for the most part.
Okay.
Still tapping into the pros, but really on that grassroots wave, like
that's dope.
Building that platform. So like, for example, when like Zion first took off and we was like seeing videos everywhere, they was the one that was like bringing those videos.
Yeah. I'm hip.
It's like a whole app service where you can get your own app, upload your footage and stuff like that. So we were doing like good relationships and like doing good partnerships. We just launched a collaboration with them like 2 days ago. I got another big release I'm about to do for my birthday. I can't really say, but it's like with a legendary like company. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
Doing that, and then like for 2020, it was looking like really exciting. Like had a bunch of stuff, but you know, being that we kind of like in this quarantine phase, I still got like a bunch of like cool projects, but it's really just safe to just kind of like just take it easy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm just kind of like taking it easy, like pushing the sites as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? Without, because people broke. We got 36 million people without a job right now, so people ain't really like too much shopping, but they are. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of cool that I position my brands as being like not trendy fashion brands. Like it's good that I've like pushed my brands as standing by like community and standing on foundation, because people are turning towards my brands in these times to wear like for a sense of pride. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be that Midwest Kids hoodie or whatever the case may be. But yeah, man, that's really it. Just kind of like just trying to stay afloat and stay moving as much as I can. You know, you can catch me on Instagram at gnarlydb, at KNARLYDB, or keep up with the brands at We Midwest Kids, at Darryl Brown, and at earlybird.market. You know what I'm saying? Or if you don't want to do all that, just come to at gnarlydb and look at my bio and all the pages right there, and you could just one-stop shop, just go from each page, you know. But yeah, man, I appreciate this, bro. This super dope, man.
Absolutely, man. Listen, man, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough, man. This has been amazing. Like I said, you have definitely set the record for the longest podcast, which is dope. Like I think my longest one before this was like 2.5 hours. This shattered that bitch out the water. So it's all good. Listen, I do one more thing before we get out of here. As you know, man, I'm like a podcast fanatic, a podcast junkie. Like I really appreciate you. I have a real appreciation for the art form. I have appreciation for people stepping out and doing it. And one of my inspirations for doing this podcast was Arian Foster. He used to play running back for the Houston Texans, the Dolphins. He's doing a lot of creative stuff right now too, doing music and just, you know, being creative. You know, he stepped away from the game and really just tapping into who he really is. Man, I got a real lot of respect. He started a podcast called the Now What Podcast. I don't think he's really doing it anymore, but one thing he would always do on his podcast, he will always ask his guests to lobby for Jim Carrey to come on his show. Jim Carrey, I guess, was like one of his most interesting people in the world. Like, you know, so I always thought that was dope. So what I do on my podcast, man, is I have my guests lobby for Arian Foster, man. We're going to put the manifestation, put the good energy out there into the world, into the universe, and we're going to get him on the show one day.
Yes, I'm going to keep putting that out because I'm like 2 people away from me.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Well, listen, we getting closer. We getting like closer.
2 people away from like Jerome.
Look in your camera.
So it's definitely gonna happen, bro.
Look in your camera and tell Arian Foster why he should be on the Live Your Purpose podcast.
That's a fact. Arian Foster should be on the Live Your Purpose because the name says it all. It's a good place where people that's like-minded from all nationalities and backgrounds can come together and talk about and discuss their backgrounds and inspire each other and share their stories and come to a common ground about, you know, what's helping them live their purpose and kind of like tell their campaign on life versus just like their like particular thing that they're into, but just like share their life story, because that's what it's really about, sharing your life story, you know, so sharing your purpose.
That's right. Yes, sir. Well, listen, man, DB, man, I can't thank you enough, bro. We finally did it. And don't get it twisted, man. When all this is over, man, we're going to do it again, man. We're going to at home. Yep. We're gonna do it again. We're going to do it right, man. We're going to kick it for another 4 hours, man. So, listen, man, I appreciate you, bro. Much love to you, man. I really mean that, bro, man. You know, I hope to continue to see your growth, man, your evolution with your brand. I
appreciate that,
bro.
You
as an individual as well, man. You know what I'm saying? You inspire me, so I want you to keep doing your thing, man. I appreciate it. I can't thank you enough, man. Another episode of Live Your Purpose podcast. We out.
Peace.